Guess who didn't protect their hair at night, but always tells other people that they should? Me. I do normally protect my curly hair at night, but I didn't last night, and that means we need to refresh it, and I just need to get ready in general. I have a lot to do today, so I thought we could do a little chatty get ready with me video. I'm going to be doing a curly hair refresh, and I'm going to be doing my makeup as well, so I thought I'd answer some of your questions alongside. Someone said simple curly hairstyles. That wasn't a question, but I have loads of curly hairstyles on my channel. I have a whole playlist actually, so definitely check them out. I feel like some of them are really simple, some are a little bit more intermediate advanced, but I do try to articulate as I'm going through exactly what's happening on screen to help you get through the hairstyle. Someone said problems with summer frizz and how to avoid it. Some frizz is like damaged frizz, like if you've got bleach damage, heat damage, you can have a lot of frizz from that. That's what I used to really suffer with. Now I just have frizz, which is a natural component of curly hair. Like we all have frizz. If you have curly hair, you will have some frizz. Some people have more than others, of course. There are things you can do in the styling process to limit frizz. Just quickly, I've just sectioned this top layer off from the bottom. I'm going to spray this down a little bit more, and then we're going to go in with the curl cream that I used on wash day to add in some moisture into the dry matted areas. Gonna brush it through a little bit, and we're gonna target this section. So yeah, frizz. One of my biggest tips in the styling process is to brush gel through. I've spoken about this a few times now. The gel I normally brush through is this one, and sometimes I brush through the Curlsmith Defining Souffle because I find them still medium hold, but they're like on the moisturizing side. So when you're brushing them through, your hair's not gonna snag or anything, and that means you're getting even distribution all over. That's really gonna help with definition and frizz and just general longevity. I just put a bit of the Aussie Work That Curl cream in my hands, and I'm just gonna target this section. Just taking a little bit more actually for these inside layers, and then I'm just gonna detangle them and kind of help them curl back round again. Steam is a brilliant refresh. I know it doesn't work for everyone. It does really work for me. I'm just smoothing the brush down these and then helping them spring up, by the way. Or you can just get like a really moisturizing spray, and on a refresh day you can just spray that all over and kind of scrunch it in. But essentially, if your hair's feeling really dry, I often feel like you need a bit more cream or moisture, so kind of like what I'm doing now. And I use the cream or the leave-in conditioner that I used on my wash day. And if my hair's lacking texture and it needs a bit more grit, a bit more hold, maybe a bit more definition, then that's when I go in with the gel. And sometimes I'll do that if my hair's also feeling overly soft and it's kind of just falling a bit flat. I'll go in with a gel or a mousse to add that grit back in. It all depends on what your hair's looking like, what it's feeling in that morning, but try and protect it at night. I know I didn't, but if you do, it will last so much longer and you won't need to refresh as much. Okay, now I'm gonna lock in a little bit of gel with a bit of water. I'm gonna put some in my hand, just about that much. I just kind of smooth it all over and scrunch. Okay, next question. Someone said, favourite products and tools you use to get that flawless curl. To be honest, the products in front of me are some of my favourites, so we'll start with these. The Aveda Nutriplenish Curl Jelly is incredible. I always talk about it. I've been using it forever, honestly. Such a good gel. I really love the Aussie Work That Curl cream. I've used this a lot on my channel. I've gone through so many of these. One of my favorite products. One of my other favorite products is the Fable and Main leave-in conditioner. It's like a moisturizing leave-in spray. I actually love that for refreshing. I was refreshing that with my hair a lot last week after my wash day, which I think I shared on YouTube. I was just refreshing that like throughout the week, and it's incredible. There are so many, I'm gonna forget like some of my favorite products, but the ones that come to mind, obviously Curlsmith, are just incredible. Their weightless air dry cream, their flexi jelly are such good products. They're not all of them, but they are some very strong contenders. They're the ones I go to a lot. I do everything like you, but my hair is so dry after maybe 3 days. So sometimes mine is as well. Just like for the record, my hair doesn't feel amazing all week. Sometimes it does just start feeling really dry on day 3. But if I have a really good routine and like a really strong wash day, it probably would last 4 to 5 days, sometimes longer. But because I've been working out a lot at the moment, every single morning, it means my scalp is getting quite itchy and sweaty, so I'm having to wash my hair more. If you're trying to stop your hair getting so dry on like day 3 or 4, just make sure that you are sleeping on silk or satin and you're actually looking after your hair in between washes. Even like your bag strap, like being conscious of when you're walking around that your bag strap's not pulling on your hair, you'll actually start to notice breakage in that area if you constantly wear your bag like that over your hair. Also, putting a serum or oil at the end of your wash day can really help with that as well, and just refreshing your hair with a bit of serum and oil every single day. Just a tiny bit in the morning, tiny bit in the evening can really help keep your hair feeling nice and soft as well. Okay, so I've just scrunched in a bit of that cream. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of gel and a bit of water. What oil do you use when you're doing oiling? I use different oils, to be honest, but my favorite scalp oils are the Miel rosemary oil. I can't even count how many I've gone through, and I've been loving the Fable and Mane oil. They are my top 2, I'd say, and that's for scalp oiling specifically. Okay, I'm just gonna take this out. This is feeling a lot better already. I'm just gonna sort out the front and the roots. Someone said, how is your daughter doing? I hear she has curly hair too. I definitely don't have children, by the way. I don't know where you got that from. I just have a cat. So, what is the best time to visit the UK? I would say the best time is probably spring, because the summer is a bit unbearable when it's really hot here. And I feel like everyone, because we're so deprived in this country of sunshine, everyone goes to like the tourist spots and the parks and the beaches, so then it's crowded and maybe you can't experience the UK in its sort of natural habitat, if that makes sense. But then again, the weather is so unpredictable. You could plan a trip for the spring or the summer and just get what would feel like winter. So it's really hard to say. I also absolutely love autumn in this country. I love September, October, but sometimes it's boiling hot, sometimes it's freezing. So it's really, really hard to predict. I've just put some gel in my hand and a bit of water. I'm going to put it on this pick, which seems a bit weird, but I've actually shared this on my channel before. But I found this is a really good way to get the roots without putting too much kind of product at your scalp area. Plopping technique review, please. Plopping is not for me. It's really not one of my favorite things to do. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially kind of lowering your hair into a towel or a microfiber towel or t-shirt and kind of collecting your hair on the top of your head. Some people do it after they've styled their curls, some people do it before, but essentially it's kind of speeds up that drying process, and some people do it purely for definition as well. It kind of helps with that shrinkage and increasing that curl a little bit. I personally don't like it because it makes my curls a bit wonky. I don't know if it's because my hair's too long for it, or maybe my curl pattern isn't right for it. But also I really don't like keeping my hair wet on my scalp area. I don't want to style my curls and then force that product into my scalp area and just have it sitting on top of my head. That just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. I did used to do it a lot in the past, but since I stopped doing it, I actually found that my scalp was kind of in better condition. It wasn't flaking halfway through the week as much. I don't know if that correlates, but yeah, definitely not for me, although I like micro plopping. I really, really like that. And that is essentially just scrunching your hair with a microfiber towel on the ends just to speed up that drying process, but also encourage definition. And you can use like a cotton t-shirt for that, to be honest. There's just a few front pieces that I'm gonna define. Someone said, how long will it usually take for hair to be in a good curl pattern? By good curl pattern, I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean reverting back to what your curls used to be before you damaged them, then that would depend on how much damage you have. For me personally, it took me a good 4 months of consistency for me to see my curls starting to come back. If you're someone, for example, that has had a keratin treatment or something, that's going to take you a lot longer because that will actually require you to grow out all of that hair, and you might find yourself in a position where you've got a lot of straight kind of strands at the bottom and you need to cut quite high up. For me, for example, my damage was a bit more repairable. I did still have to cut a lot of it off to see my curls springing up again at the root, but for me it was all about learning how to take care of my hair and how to enhance my curls, doing consistent curl routines, treatments and things. So it took me a good year to really see my curls fully come back, but I definitely saw that progress in about 4 months. Okay, I would normally go and diffuse, but I think we're gonna air dry while I answer more questions, and I'm gonna do my makeup. Someone said how to train your curls out of wavy. Some are ringlets and some aren't. It depends what you mean, but if you mean actually train them, as in like get your hair to remember to be curly and not wavy, for example, that I believe is not possible. I've spoken about this before, but I don't think you can train your hair. Your hair doesn't have muscle memory. And a lot of people spread this information that you can train your hair. I'm yet to see any scientific evidence for that. Feel free, if you have it, send it to me because I would love to know. I'm not qualified in this area, by the way. Everything is sort of from my own personal experience, and that's what I share online. But I do research a lot of stuff to try and back up what I'm saying, and I can't find anything on it. I just don't think that's possible. The only thing you can do is like bonding treatments to strengthen your hair and grow out your natural hair pattern and try and keep that as healthy as possible as you grow out damage and get that cut off. I just got an iced coffee. Well, I just made one, and isn't that the most satisfying thing ever? I'm one of those people that looks forward to my coffee the evening before. Am I weird? Tell me if you're like this as well. As I'm winding down, I'm thinking the next day, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to have my coffee tomorrow. What is wrong with me? Are there not other things to look forward to? But yeah, this is like one of those moments. Okay, we are now on to makeup. Have I ever shared my makeup routine on this channel before? I don't think I have. Hopefully you're interested in this. I'm obviously going to be answering some curly hair questions as well, but I'm also going to be answering whatever you've asked me in the question box on my stories. So I've answered most of the ones in the curl club. I'm now going to go on to the stories so I don't neglect everyone there. Someone said, do I need a haircut when the hair is not hairing? I love that question. I'm going in with a Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation. I'm nearly out, and this is so good. I have to get every single drop out before I buy another one. Also, they're really expensive, trying to avoid buying that. Do I need a haircut when the hair is not hairing? By that, I'm guessing your hair's just playing up. A haircut can really help. I found recently when my hair was really stringy on the end, you've seen pictures because I've shared it in a few YouTube videos. I also showed my haircut on YouTube. My hair dramatically sprung up again when I got a haircut. I do find that damaged ends can really kind of weigh the hair down and just really change the overall shape. Even a slight dusting, even doing it yourself could make a big difference. I have cut little strands off before, just in between haircuts, if I've noticed that the ends are really split and it could just do with being cut. Obviously I don't do anything extreme because I don't want to mess up the shape of my hair. I don't know how to cut hair. Also, if your hair is not hairing, if it's not doing its thing, if it's playing up, make sure you're cleansing your hair. I know I say that all the time. I think people would be shocked to know that a lot of shampoos on the market are not effective at cleansing your hair because so many companies go down the route of we're sulfate free, we're silicone free, we don't do this, we don't do that. We know what you don't have in, but what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, are you cleaning my hair? Make sure that a product, if it's claiming to not have all of these things, is it still able to clean your hair? Some can, some can't. So make sure you're getting a thorough cleanse because if you're not, your hair might stop hairing, like the comment said. I've never heard anyone address this before. How to stop fiddling with my hair when I'm bored or reading, I'm destroying the ends. I do this so much, and I've definitely damaged my hair before from overdoing this. When I was working in my old job, I would be on the phone for hours and hours and hours and hours on end. I would just sit there speaking to people, just playing around with my hair, and my hair wasn't even curly then. Like, I didn't wear it curly, but I'd still like twirl it around my fingers, and it's so easy to break your hair doing that. I guess if you're someone that needs to like fidget, I definitely do. I play with clips a lot. I just love fidgeting. I'm always playing with something. Get like a fidget toy or something that's like enjoyable to press or something, and maybe that will stop you playing with your hair. Or you can put your hair in a hairstyle and you can't do anything then, just like have it off your face. Someone said, how do you find enough motivation to go through with a hairstyle for the day? I don't know if this person means confidence or if you actually mean motivation. I'm just putting a bit of concealer on, by the way. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm ever motivated to do my hair. I just do it. I would say I find doing my hair and my makeup actually therapeutic. I do get something from it other than the result. Like, I actually get a therapeutic feeling from doing it, which I guess is lucky, because if I didn't get that from doing my hair, I do wonder if I would be doing any of this, to be honest. If I found it that boring and tedious, I'd struggle to film videos, but I genuinely love doing my hair. Like, I've always done hairstyles growing up. And then if you are referring to like confidence, and I think a few other people have asked about that as well, so I'll just address that now. But it took me a really long time to feel confident. And I think there isn't one thing I can say to make you feel confident, obviously, because that comes from within, and it comes down to like self-love and acceptance. You do have to get to a place where you're familiar with yourself, and if you have a drastic change in your appearance, it's sometimes really difficult to do that. So my appearance has drastically changed in the last 5 years. I think if some people saw me now that I used to work with 5 years ago, they would not recognize me. I look completely different. A different weight, different hair. My face is the same, but like, I look really, really different. And it's actually difficult to witness yourself change as well, no matter whether that's your body, your hair, because the way that I got to feel like more pretty or accept my hair and wanting to wear it natural was simply exposure therapy, just looking at myself every day in the mirror with my hair. And eventually I just got used to myself, and I would look in the mirror and my brain would know, like, yeah, that's you. For ages, like my entire life, I hated my hair, and now I love it. So it definitely is possible. Someone said, UK products for curly hair on a budget, please. We all know now, because I've shared it a few times, the Superdrug Style Expertise range is incredible. Definitely check that out. I realised I didn't mention them in my favourites earlier, but I don't know why I forgot, because they're literally one of my favourite brands. But Umberto Giannini are incredible if you haven't used them. Their mousse, their banana cream, their curl jelly, they're all phenomenal products. They work so well on my hair, and they're really affordable as well. So yeah, definitely check them out if you haven't already. And you can buy Umberto Giannini in multiple countries now. Someone said, do you have any pets? Yes, I do. My favourite question ever. I have a Maine Coon cat called Frank. He is a lion. Basically, I'll put a picture on the screen. He's very big. He is 2.5 or just under 2.5, but he still acts like a little baby, and he's really naughty sometimes, but he's so cute. And he was actually a present for me from my boyfriend for my 30th birthday. And you know what's so weird? I make vision boards every year, and I put a picture of a cat that I wanted on this vision board, and it's identical to the cat on the vision board. It's so similar, and that was on my vision board like 2 years before. I don't know if you're interested in this, but every single thing on that vision board came true. Everything. I'm actually going to be making a video on this topic soon. That's something I'll talk about in a minute. Weird side note, but yeah, let's move on. Okay, now I'm basically going to powder my entire face down, which seems like silly to do because I've just added all this glow to my face, but I'm so oily, I have to do this, and it's really hot out. I'll be sweating, and then I'll have to add the glow afterwards. There's no other way. Favorite curl cream and gel duo? Do you know what? The thing that immediately just came to my head was the Weightless Air Dry Cream and the Flexi Jelly from Curlsmith. They're such a good duo. I love the Aussie Work That Curl Cream with the Vida Gel. I love these two together. Have you ever experienced excessive shedding, decrease in hair volume? Yes, I have. I experienced this before I started my curly hair journey when I straightened my hair. And this was when I started using a shampoo and conditioner. I can't remember what it was. It was one that was like more on the moisturizing side, and the shampoo didn't have any cleansing agents in. And I didn't realize I hadn't been properly washing my hair for months and months. And that's when I noticed excessive hair fall. And I also noticed when I was really stressed in my previous job, there were days when I was coming home crying every single night. I was frantic. I was not in a good way at all, and I noticed a lot of shedding then. I also had alopecia triggered at that time. I've been diagnosed with it since, but at the time I was just so confused, like what is going on? But my hair was coming out in patches like that big. and I've changed my life in so many ways since then. So my lifestyle's changed, and now I make sure I cleanse my hair regularly. First started embracing my curls, I didn't really know what direction to take. I had no idea what to do, and I saw the curly girl method online and I tried it out. One of the many rules of the method is to co-wash the hair, which is like conditioner washing, so you're not getting a proper cleanse. It's maybe a good thing for some people to do like as a maintenance wash, like in between, but I was using it for every single wash, and then I noticed excessive shedding. My hair was very greasy and weighed down, and I had serious scalp problems after that, which is why, from my personal experience, I tell people to, I don't stop people doing it obviously, because it does work for some people. That's probably one of the worst things I've done. I've had this for so long, it's definitely out of date, but I'm absolutely fine. Doing fine. Someone said, looking for an affordable curl cream, any suggestions? So I don't know where this person is based, where you are based, but this one right here is very affordable and I absolutely love this. So highly recommend. Another one that I really recommend is the Banana Air Dry Cream from Umberto Giannini. They are definitely on the affordable side. The other affordable cream that I've been using is that Superdrug one, the Style Expertise one. It's like a purple bottle. If you're in the UK, I don't believe you can get that anywhere else. Said, what do you do with your hair at bedtime? Can you please give some tips? I will link my video here. This is gonna be really hard to explain. I think you just need the visual in the video. And I always sleep on silk or satin. That is a must, because your hair is just gonna feel soft and retain the moisture. It's not gonna dry out and be like all frizzy overnight. Someone said, are you vegan and how long have you been vegan? So, fun fact about me is I have been vegetarian my entire life. I've never eaten meat. That's just how I was brought up. Some people find that a bit weird, but recently, like in the last few years, I've actually met other people that have also had that same experience, which is interesting. And then when it was like 2015, 2016, I decided to go vegan. Well, I won't say vegan, I'll say plant-based, because like there have been occasions where I've had honey when I've been ill, and that's not technically not vegan, so I don't want to say that I am, but I would say that I pretty much live a plant-based lifestyle. I don't eat or consume any dairy or anything, or eggs. Someone said, my love for my curls is fading and I'm starting to hate them. What do I do? I would be lying to you guys if I said I loved my hair all of the time. Sometimes I do get very frustrated with it, and sometimes I do feel like it would be easier to not have curly hair. But that moment only lasts for about 15 minutes, and then I realise I love my hair again. Everyone has this with something that they have, like people get annoyed with certain things. What I would say to that is that's completely okay and normal. Like if you don't always like your hair, my advice would be to switch your hair up. And I don't normally give this advice because my story is all about how I ditched the straighteners. I do just want to clarify something actually, because I've had a few comments on this before. Like people have said like, oh, it's okay if we want to straighten our hair. And to that I say, absolutely. You do you. If you want to straighten your hair, go and straighten it. The reason that a lot of the narrative that I've given in videos and just generally online has been about putting the straighteners down is purely for damage, because it's hard to revert back from damage and to bounce back and get on that journey to hair health if you're still using heat tools. That is predominantly the main reason why I say bin the straighteners. Don't even bin them, just put them away for a bit in the back of the wardrobe. I don't want to suggest rules to anyone at all. Do what works for you. Hopefully I do get that message across. If you're getting tired of your curls, there's nothing stopping you from changing it up. Why don't you straighten it for a bit, blow dry your hair every once in a while, and maybe having that variety again will actually then make you appreciate your curls. I would not be spending this long on my makeup, just being honest. If I wasn't filming, I would have been done a long time ago. But I want to answer as many as possible, so we're drawing it out a bit. Okay, some of my favorite minis, I just went and got them. The Weightless Air Dry Cream and the Curl Defining Souffle. And then they've got the mini Miracle Shield, the Curlsmith one. When I'm on holiday, I basically use this to refresh every day because it's a heat protectant and it's like a lightweight protein mist. So I love that for a little bit of bounce. Favorite oils to travel with is either this Cocoa and Eve Miracle Elixir or my trusty Olaplex. I travel with these a lot. And then I also have in 2 travel bottles that I filled up some K18 detox shampoo and some Curlsmith post-wash calming conditioner, I think it's called. The one I talk about all the time, you know the one I mean. It's just really cooling on the scalp. and I bring that K18 shampoo if I need a thorough cleanse on holiday. Someone said, the best piece of advice you've been given. I really like this question because I love hearing people's snippets of wisdom, like what advice people have been given and what's like helped them. The one that immediately comes to mind, this is so simple, but I don't know, something about it really helps me. But just the sentence, everything is temporary, everything, really helps me. I've mentioned it to other people before, and other people have kind of said like, wow, that's actually like a really powerful sentence. It's helpful in a way, especially when you're going through pain and really difficult times. Remembering that everything is temporary and knowing this will pass. It's a really nice thing to remember. But at the same time, I feel like this advice can be anxiety inducing because everything is temporary. It's like the happy moments are temporary as well. But in a weird way, it kind of makes you appreciate them even more. There has been times in my life when I've been going through difficult things and just knowing everything is temporary, like this is gonna pass. I don't know, it really helps me. It's like a mantra that I have. The other piece of advice I love, again, I don't know where I heard this from, but your setback is the start of your comeback. I love that. Again, so simple, but there's something just so comforting about that. You're at rock bottom. You can only go up from here. Your setback is the start of your comeback. You're coming back. I love it. There have been many times in my life where I felt quite low, and the most incredible things have come after that time, like after a chapter closing and a new one opening. Will you be doing a video review of the Bounce Curl brush for volume? So Bounce Curl recently came out with another brush. I've seen a few people on YouTube compare it against their Define brush, the one with the ridges. But yeah, this is their original with the ridges, and then they've come out with a volume one, which I believe the ridges are more closer together. They've not sent it to me as PR, and I haven't chosen to buy it. The reason I've not chosen to buy it, I'm happy with this. This gives me loads of volume. If this wasn't giving me volume, but I really liked it for the definition, because it's obviously called the Define brush, and I was seeking a tool to help me with that, then I would go and purchase it. But it's just not something I need because I get a lot of volume with this. Have you ever straightened your hair in your curly journey? Did you feel like it ruined your hair? Yes, I have actually. I've straightened my hair, I think, twice in the end of 2021 or 2022. And I don't think I ever shared it online. I might have done, but I just felt like a change. And I also ended up filming some content straightening my hair, but I decided to never put it out. And I can't remember why that was. I think I just wasn't happy with the videos. But I was trying to promote like changing your hair up every once in a while is fine, kind of like the notion I was saying earlier. But weirdly at that time, I felt like I shouldn't have really been doing that because my hair was bleached then. I don't know if you remember, but I used to have like a balayage and it did actually go quite blonde. And then it started to go very brassy. And I think around that time, I was starting to notice a little bit of damage creep in. So I kind of took a step back, I put all the heat tools down, and I continued on my curly hair journey. At that point, I wasn't at optimum hair health, but I think at the time I thought I was. I would straighten it again. I was actually thinking recently, that would be a cool change for me, just to see my hair straight for a bit and like have a nice bouncy blowout. Let's answer a few more questions. Finish my coffee. Will you ever share more than hair? I have thought about this so many times. Obviously, there's more to me than hair. Like, there's so many things that I want to chat about. Obviously, I'm doing my makeup with you now. That's one thing I really love. I've been doing curly hair content for 4 years now. I've been doing it for 3 years as like a job. I still love curly hair content. I'm going to keep doing that. However, I have decided to start a brand new YouTube channel alongside this where I talk about, I wasn't even going to announce this, by the way, I was just going to start posting. I want to share content about personal development, mindset, self-love, more lifestyle related content. A lot of what I want to talk about is related to things that I've gone through and like being in my early 30s. So content related around that, sharing advice on how I've leveled up my life in certain ways. I have always been the friend in friendship groups or just with anyone in my life where I'm like the advice friend. So people will come to me for advice just naturally. And I always like giving advice. You know, there's been times when my friends have been like stuck with like jobs and they don't know what to do, and I've sat there and like worked out a life plan with them. Like, that's me, and I love that. And I think that's why I've gravitated to this type of thing online. Like, I love giving advice. I love teaching things if I have the knowledge. And I've actually already filmed a video, so it's going to be going live soon. If you're interested in that, then please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not, that's absolutely fine. This is going to remain about hair, and maybe I'll introduce a little bit of makeup here and there, but it's always going to go back to hair because that's what I want this to be about. I'm still so passionate about curly hair, but there is more to me that I want to offer. I pondered for a while whether I should introduce things onto this channel, but I decided I want to keep it separate. I'm still a bit damp on the top here, so I'm just going to diffuse a little bit. We are fully done. And yeah, as I said earlier, this doesn't normally take me that long to refresh. I can do a refresh in under 15 minutes. I have shared one on my channel before. I'll make sure to link that on the side. And to be totally honest with you, I don't do my makeup every day, but I wanted to do it today, and I wanted an excuse to stay a bit longer with you on camera and chat a bit more. I really hope that some of my answers to these questions help you out. Thank you for asking them, and I will do another one of these soon. Maybe I should do one of these once a month. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more curly hair content from me. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.